Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is preseason football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we'll get a look at the second-year man, Sam Darnold, and the New York Jets as they match up with a former league MVP, Matt Ryan, and the Atlanta Falcons. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, it's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the New York Jets. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts. And a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
Lachlan Edwards has it on the tee and ready to go. And off we go on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Falcons heading out. Matt Ryan leading the way. No quarterback has thrown for more passing yards in the first 11 years of a career than Matt Ryan has. Better than 46,000. Last year, he added 4,900 more to the total, actually 4,924 to be exact, which, by the way, is just 20 yards fewer than his MVP season of 2016. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. And here's the offense now. Charles, who's the guy you chose to highlight?
The tone setter, the guy in the middle, Alex Mack. His return, never good for the opposition.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Ryan. This goes to the tight end, Eric Saubert. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
On third down, Devontae Freeman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. And the defense for New York.
One of the best young safeties in the NFL, Jamal Adams. Keep an eye out for him because no one is safe when he's on the field, including mascots. Just ask Pat the Patriot. Jamal Adams was also the 2019 Pro Bowl Defensive MVP.
Play action. It's Ryan. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Ryan Poole that time there to get a hand on it. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
So now here in the 2nd week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle? No mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. The offensive starters now for the Jets.
And with all the moves the New York Jets made in the offseason, one of the more valuable pickups, Kelechi Osemele, a 2-time Pro Bowl guard who they got from the Raiders in a trade back in March. You know the Jets are going to try and run the football with Le'Veon Bell now. Osemele is one of the best moving guards in the NFL.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Quincy Anoon with the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down. The starting defense for the Falcons.
Probably no one happier to hit the field than Deion Jones, the middle linebacker of the Falcons. Limited to just 6 starts in 2018 due to injury. He's exactly what you want running your defense. Smart, fast, and physical.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Kenyon Barner, deep for Atlanta. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, That means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Here's Chandler Catanzaro for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Matt Ryan and the Falcon offense set to get going again. And looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago that ended in a pick six for the first points of the ball game.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick six, the first thing they want to do is fire another one and get those points back immediately. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good, long, methodical drive, mixing the run and the pass, tamp things down a little bit.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Right here, right here.
Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Ryan Poole that time there to get a hand on it. And that's twice now already in this first quarter that he's been able to knock a ball away.
They're going to need that from him and plenty more if they want to slow down this passing game. Thus far, though, he's been a ball magnet.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The safety Jamal Adams able to break that one up.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Crowder now to return. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. And the pass complete to Anunwa, and he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now they'll try the sweep with Bell. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. You decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose, and boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Anunwa, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Following the field goal on is Locke Edwards to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. And they'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 35-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Get out.
On 2nd and 15 now. Ryan throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's a first down and then some, a 32-yard pickup.
Calvin Ridley more than justified his first-round selection in 2018. 64 catches as a rookie and found the end zone 10 times. Did a nice job getting open right there and picking up a first down.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. And he is all the way up past the 25. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And New York set to take the field. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Excellent effort defensively by him. 2 tackles for a loss last week, now 1 here in the first quarter. He's an absolute disruptor, isn't he? And I think most offenses would love to go against guys who just want to hold the point of attack and try and keep things clean for their linebackers. But when they make those moves and they can get upfield, past the offensive line into the backfield, that's hard to handle. On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold is brought in by Jamison Crowder. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Mike, right there in the middle, 55. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
And he stopped immediately there. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaking up on the play. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back.
Ready? 8, 3. 59. Watch the pass.
5. From the 50, it's Simeon. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, they certainly didn't waste any time throwing some deep passes here. But the defense, it wasn't unexpected. They told their secondary, be ready. You're going to be tested all night by this team.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Off of play action, Simeon. And he's got a noon one. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now Bell. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now
under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this 1st quarter. Deion Jones in there for the sack on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. $10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports. And back at the 8 now, 3rd and goal. Here's Bell. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal. Let's think here. You're still just in the 2nd quarter. You taking the 3 points?
I am taking the 3 points, and I'm just relying on my defense here. Show me I have a little confidence in them, and let the offense know, nice drive. Come back next time. We'll go get 6 then, but for now, we'll take the 3.
And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Following the field goal on his Locke Edwards to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Matt Ryan and the offense heading back onto the field. He's completed 4 passes so far in this game. The issue is 2 of them have been to the guys in the wrong colored jersey.
So I'd say there's a little bit of clouded vision, right? Sometimes he sees clearly, sometimes he doesn't. I know on the sideline they'll be going over things and talk about what the coverages are and what they're seeing. So you used to look at the snapshots, now you look at the Microsoft.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacked there by Avery Williamson, the linebacker.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now it's Ryan. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter, but I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
And he will find Ridley. That's complete.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Falcons grab it. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Check, watch 54, watch 54.
In your face.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 22, Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Brandon Copeland gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
Well, that was point-counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
I got you, boy.
Ryan. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Robbie Anderson making his way back onto the field. Not only does he not have a catch, I don't think he's been targeted in this game, but they're winning.
And if you ask a receiver of his magnitude, he'll tell you that it's because everyone is focused on him anyway. Okay, you've taken it away. No catches, no targets, but we're still winning. I've opened things up for the rest of my team. I know how receivers think.
They've been using him as a decoy, and effectively so. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Darnold now to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. William Hayes, the pride of Winston-Salem State, coming in to drop him.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. By the end of last year, Herndon had solidified himself as the primary tight end for New York. Overall, 2nd leading receiver in 2018 on the team behind Robbie Anderson. In fact, his 39 catches, most among rookie tight ends in the league a season ago.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here we go, here we go.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Darnold. Throw complete to Herndon. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Out of the pistol, it's Bell. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
On 3rd down, here's Bell. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the 1st. He needed a yard, that's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Mike the 59. Hey, come on, now, come on, now.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet 1st down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Check 55 to Mike. I'm scared.
On first down, it's Bell. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd and 1, Darnold. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. That's on Kelechi Osemele, the guard. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Mike 55! Mike 55!
Not today, you won't. Not today.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest, you can draft the most athletic guys, but if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit. I'm falling back on my playing days. If I had a receiver that was 3 inches taller than me and they couldn't complete a pass like that, my confidence really rose at that point. I probably said a few things to him to that effect.
Well, I just looked down. You're right. It's a 3-inch height difference. But, you know, these defensive backs, they can jump so high. That's not that big of a difference now in the NFL, is it?
Athleticism and timing can make up for that lack of 3 inches.
So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. This will be, let's see, 38 yards out. Catanzaro's kick is good. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Following the field goal on is Locke Edwards to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. He was brought down by Darryl Roberts. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Switch up, switch up.
Here's Ryan. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
It's just me and you.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in Week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Ryan leaves with Freeman on the draw. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Ready.
Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The linebacker C.J. Mosley in on the stop. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Back 25! Man, that's trash. That's trash.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Ryan, they'll set up the screen for Freeman. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And Dawson's kick is good. And they'll at least get on the board here, still trailing, but 16-3 now. So they get the 3 points, but they've now had 3 trips into the red zone, and that's all they've come away with.
And in the NFL, the way they measure red zone efficiency and success, did you score touchdowns on those drives? That's first and foremost. Getting points, that's the second measurement. So by that measure, they haven't done very well. They've got to figure that out.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
A first down throw, Darnold. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
And back onto the field now comes Devontae Freeman. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield and get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with a run so far. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here, because they had incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock, because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
He's got Sanu. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Now Ryan on first down. Looking deep for Julio. And this is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll run here with Freeman. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future All-Pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to...
And that'll be hauled in by the tight end. It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, as the first half is winding down, as his guys are back within a single score. Until that late score here in the second quarter, they only had the field goal, so that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half. But when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as a head coach?
What?
I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
Dawson tacks on the point after, and the lead will shrink to 6. That time a 6-play drive, and the Falcons score to cap it off. After the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you guys in just a little bit. This one of 5 games currently in progress as we kick off the second week of preseason action. We'll have 3 more tomorrow night, 5 on Saturday, and then 3 nationally televised games. Saints, Chargers, Seahawks, Vikings on Sunday, and on Monday night, the 49ers and the Broncos in Denver. In our game, still a lot to keep an eye on. Guys battling, trying to make a ball club. We'll send it back to 2 guys already on our team. That's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And as we look at his highlights, sometimes I've asked you schematically, how do you stop one player? Well, how do you stop a tight end like this without opening up other holes, partner?
You show your basic defenses, whether you're playing the 3-deep zone, the 2-deep zone, but you have your variations underneath it. So sometimes instead of the safety staying deep, the safety will drop down. A sky coverage, they call that. Sometimes the corner's responsible. You get a little, what they call a cloud, someone coming underneath. Sometimes the linebacker shows the ability to rush the passer and instead drops down and tries to get underneath the tight end as he tries to run routes. So many different things you can do from basic sets.
Trying to prevent those highlights we saw. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now it's Simeon. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Finds his target. It's Bellamy. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It was third and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. This is the running back, Powell. Adrian Claiborne, the one who makes the stop.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Simeon into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They will run with Grant. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
First throw off the bench for the veteran Shum. And he hits his target. This is Luke Stocker. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Grant. Touchdown, Falcons! Coy Grant, 36 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Extra point try now for Dawson. And that one puts them on top here in the third. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And a long run there in the end to top it off. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Trevor Siemian ready to retake the field. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
60 Pittsburgh.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now a play fake, and it's Siemian. And that is intercepted by last year's NFL leader, DeMonte Casey. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. Now Sean. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Luke Stocker there to make the grab. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now Dawson for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They begin with a carry for Powell. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Powell. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Josh Bellamy, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
This is Grant. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
60 outlaw.
Brings up 2nd and 9. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Fire.
On 2nd and 9. Shove. And the catch is made by Justin Hardy. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. 14 yards there and a Falcon 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Shaw. He completes this to Russell Gage. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll run on 1st down. Grant. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Everyone, you got 4 down.
On play action, they'll throw. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. And the tight end, Luke Stocker, was the target. And it's 3rd and 5. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
10 yards here and a first down for the Falcons.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Schaub now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Corey Grant ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Falcons push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
And the Jets set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They start the drive with a give to Powell. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Simeon. That one's complete to Tomlinson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Simeon now, perfect since the 2nd half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They run with Powell. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Simeon, wide open receiver, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Ready? 90, Wolf. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Deep grip.
And now he'll tuck it and run. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by any.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. From 17 yards out, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Catanzaro now for the extra point. And this one's back to an 8-point game. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with a Jet touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On first down, Green. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They'll keep it on the ground. Green. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Down, 50, plant.
46 to Mike. I smell fear in that offense. I smell
To go.
On second and 12, Chubb. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 22-yard line. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports.
On the double. Mike, 46. Here it comes, here it comes. Ready, ready.
They'll run on first down. Grant. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Ready to break. 54. Mike, 54. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Get it.
On 2nd and 12, shove. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Falcons push further out in front. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Dawson tacks on the point after, and the lead is up to 15 now. So the drive there took 6 plays, and the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw is Simeon. And he's got this complete to Bellamy. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On the draw, here's Powell. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Desmond Trufant there making the tackle. From the 45 on second down, Simeon. This one to Deontay Thompson, complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 31-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Powell. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Tyler Davison hauling it off the edge to sack him.
Man, you've been around me a long time now. You know on 2nd and inches, I love it when teams are aggressive and take a shot, but we just saw the downside to being that aggressive, didn't we?
Now you've given up on a pretty likely first down if they had run the football, and they need to come up with something here on 3rd. They come out here in the eye. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a jet shaken up on the play. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Okay, so thought they might go for it here, down late. Instead, they trot out the field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Following the field goal on is Locke Edwards to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
On first down, it's Grant. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. A cool little accomplishment for him passing the football. 25,000 yards. He just surpassed that for his career.
When he was a little guy in the backyard just throwing it around probably with his dad, he thought about playing in the NFL. He dreamed of it. But to put up these kind of numbers while doing so, that's got to be kind of cool for him. He'll enjoy the heck out of thinking about that when this one is over.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
They'll run on first down. It's Green. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the Jets' 42-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 5 out of 9 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now a give, right side. It's Green. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
From the 36, Shaw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. New York set to take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They're going to get 9 here on first down as he gets this one up to the 34-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Simeon. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out in the sky.
Nothing fancy really on either side. They were just trying to punch it between the tackles but could not get it done.
That felt very old schoolish, didn't it? Because we always talk about how we spread it out on offense nowadays and try and create some running lanes. That one was really tight. Go get it. A big pile of bodies. Didn't quite get there.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll run for it with McGuire. Oh, and they had him stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. From the gun, the running back McGuire. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Simeon. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 19. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
Simeon now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. So a great play there, obviously because of the loss, but you had your free safety coming up to make the tackle.
Great observation, because one of the cliches is that every defensive coach tells us in run defense we need all 11 to the ball in order to handle it. Well, how often does the free safety begin dropping into the box? Not very often. So he did a nice job diagnosing and getting involved.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Simeon. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. They run with McGuire. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A 3-yard touchdown run. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within one score. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah. Now
you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
On first down, it's Green. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Avery Williamson able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Come on, set. 15 line. 15 line. 54. Ricky. They go.
The backup, Rob Kelly, his first carry. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line.
Defense.
Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep.
Ready.
They run the counter. Green. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Green. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Here's Shaw. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play his own defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So the Jets now down by 11, a minute 12 to go. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
Touchdown, defense.
On 1st down, here's McGuire. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Simeon. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Simeon. And that will be incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Here we go on 4th. Simeon, open man there. That's Bellamy. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Jet 1st down, 18 big yards that time. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
A couple of 1st downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Play action. It's Simeon. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deion Jones in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Simeon. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
70, Indy.
One last throw here for Simeon. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Falcons here as we